Well, hello, and welcome back, y'all. Today I have another late night build for you. I was bored and I needed something to do, so this cleared my head, and I really like how it turned out. I think it's amazing. Anywho, we have out here in the backyard, we've got some planter pots and a place to sit around a fire, a place to do some yoga. And on the patio, we also have a grill and a place to sit. And as you see, we've got mismatched chairs and a little table. Coolest part about this back here are these hanging lights, which they give off so much light. It's awesome. And it looks really cute. It's light and plants, which I know like my grandma would have plants hanging on her back patio that she would water and trim up and whatnot. So I don't know. I just thought that was kind of cute. And then, of course, a little bit of landscaping. I have no windows on this wall, so I was trying to figure out what to do to fill it in. So I went into debug for Tartosa, and I found these little wall thingies, which are great. I found the trees as well, and it just looked so pretty. Now, the brickwork and the woodwork here on the house is from Discover University, as well as the pillars, this little short fencing, and the spandrels. That's all Discover University. I wasn't sure where I was going with that, and I started thinking, well, I'll just do Discover University. And the more I got into it, the more I realized now the exterior can be Discover University. The interior is going to be what I want it to be. But the windows are also Discover University, as well as the door. And that, my dear friends, is how it started, was with this door, which is so pretty. And the way this house looks is just so pretty to me. I love it. I really do. It's so cute. The inside's kind of cute too. So are you ready to go in? Okay. Before we do, make sure you hit like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Now let's go inside. So, of course, this is the porch. As if you can't tell, we do have a mailbox, so yay me for remembering. But you walk in, and here is your entryway. So we have the Grange mudroom over there with the no shoes sign, a little stool or bench to take off your shoes. I believe the rug is from the Death Pack. I can't remember what it's called, but we've got a place to hang your coat and your umbrellas. And then over here, we've got a little office desk with some diplomas, a little bit of clutter, curtains on the window, and then, the wall coverings, I'm sorry. The pictures on the wall going up the stairs. Over here, it's a open concept kitchen, living room, dining, and I think it looks so pretty. I love this. A lot of this was, well, some of it was placement furniture, but I decided to keep it because I like the colors. The flooring is from the Pet Pack, cats and dogs. That's what it is. And we've got some stuff up on the walls. We've got some recessed sort of lighting up there and a little hanging chandelier above the table and the entry. We also have a little, not really an entry table, but we'll call it an entry table with today's mail, some books so you can read in there, stuff on the walls, of course, the couch and the the couch and the chair. I believe they are from different packs, but the colors matched perfectly. And then I added the cushions to kind of give it a little extra color and blend the rug in a little bit more. I think that did really well. Coffee table, I needed to use a coffee table that I don't always use, which I almost did. So I was like, you know what? I haven't used this one in a really long time. So let's try it. And I like how it worked. So I left it. Now these little birdies here, yeah, I kind of accidentally left them there, but I like that I did. I was going to put them in this cabinet somewhere. And I was like, well, I'm going to need a shelf and I'm going to have to, place it by hand. So I placed it on the table for the time being and I forgot about them. So I filled up the cabinet and then I realized I left the birds there. I was like, you know what? They look kind of good there. So they stayed. But we've got board games, gaming console, an old phone, a radio, and some decor, as well as some video games and the controller over here. Little basket of blankets, your TV, some wall art, a plant that is put inside of this little basket. So that's not how it's supposed to be, but that's how it is. That is the back door. Over here is the dining room with the bar area over there with a little pet section underneath the stairs. So your puppy can get his food, get his toys, and get his little nap. And then, of course, the little bar over there with the windows covered up. We've got the doggy treats above on top of the refrigerator. Curtains that are kind of over the stove, so that's probably not the smartest thing, but that's where they are. A few things on the wall and a little tiny bit of clutter because it doesn't leave, or there isn't a lot of counter space to cook. And yeah, I know those windows, I always want to call them window curtains. Of course, they're window curtains. The curtains clip into the cabinet a little bit, and sorry, but it's going to stay there. So it's a sorry, not sorry kind of moment. Now, if we go, oops, not that way. If we go over through this door, this is the guest bathroom, the little half bath. Very cute, very simple, nothing spectacular. It just is what it is, and it's cute. That's it. It's just cute. So now we're going to go upstairs to the bedrooms. So we're going to go walking up into the landing. And here we have a chessboard, nice little rug. We got a little painting corner, which, yeah, probably isn't the best place to paint. As you can tell, they've already got paint all over the floor. But it is what it is. They enjoy their time up here, and that is what is important. Through this door is the shared bathroom, which kind of turned out pretty cute. I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do it, and I knew it was kind of narrow, but I made it work, and I like it. I had to turn the tub around so that the faucet section was able to, well, was on the right side so that your Sims can get in. Because the faucet section, I believe, I hope, is where they come in. If it is not, all you got to do is just turn the bathtub around and it'll be fine. But we've got the mirror, the towels, a little bit of clutter, bathtub, and shower, which is fantastic. Door on the left is the teen girls room. I gotta quit making teen girl rooms. I swear I do. I need to make teen boy rooms or toddler rooms or something. But I keep making little girl rooms, teenage girl rooms, pink and purples, and I just can't help myself. It's just so easy and so much fun. Sorry, but I like it. But here's her little man-made vanity, I guess. The mirror is off-center, and that is on purpose because this little drawer thingy would have clipped into the mirror, and I did not want the mirror to go up higher. So I moved the little desk over to the left a little bit and added her jewelry box and whatnot with a little poof, her beautiful bed. And then over here in this little nook is her wardrobe, a plant, and a mirror. Yes, I do have 3 different wall colors. I don't ever do that. 2, maybe, like 1 accent wall, and then the rest is the same. But I decided to take a page out of Sandra Pickett's book and do 3 different colors of walls. And they all match. They look good. I just don't ever do that. This one, oh, this is my favorite room, y'all. This is my favorite room. Get ready. Get ready. There it is. Look. It's so pretty. I love it so much. And yes, your Sim should be able to get through that. It is half tile, but if they cannot, oh, that's why. I gotta move that dresser over. Hold on. That's a little bit better. It's still kind of away from the wall, but that's because of the curtain. I didn't want the curtain clipping into the dresser, but needless to say, that should be enough room for your Sim to walk through. If not, you can either push the bed closer to the wall or you can push the dresser further into the wall, but the curtain will clip. So be aware. I had to choose that picture. I had to. It just fit perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. I don't know who these people are or what they are in the storyline, but it doesn't matter. They fit. So I just kept it. Then we have a little reading nook over there with some books, a little coffee tray and open book, an open closet of sorts, and a wall mirror and overlapping curtains. I tried to overlap the curtains everywhere I could, and I believe I did in every room. Yeah, even in this one. I had to make those curtains a little bit smaller, otherwise I wasn't going to be able to get 2 curtains in there. But if you don't like it, you can just have just the 1 curtain. That's fine. But that's it for the upstairs. What do you think? I think this room looks so cool. Yeah, there's a lot of mismatched woods, I guess, but it's okay, I think. I think it works out pretty well. I don't think it looks bad at all. So let's take a look from the top down. This was definitely a weird layout. I built the house and I made what I made work. And I don't think it turned out bad at all. It was a little difficult, I guess, in some places. Well, this was the difficult part because my initial thought was to have the bathroom here, But in doing that, then this would have to be a long hallway to get to the bedrooms. And then I thought, well, I can do the bathroom over here, but then the top of the stairs is there. So I just kept playing around with walls, and that's what I came up with. I hope you like it. I do. I like it a lot. And that's the reason why I did the double stairs, the double wide stairs. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done that. I rarely use double stairs, but I felt like in this build, it made sense. So if we go downstairs, here is the downstairs. Now, this is a very open, empty area. I could not think of anything to put in there. That's why I added this wall. My initial thought to fill up the space was to build a wall this way and then go this way and just have like an archway. But in doing that, it made the space very, very small where the office desk was going to go. So I just left this little wall here. And it did close it off a little bit. It did kind of fill up the space a little bit. I suppose you could put in a bigger table if you really wanted to, but I felt like it wasn't necessary in this build. I felt like that was going to be too much. So I didn't. I just left it that way. And what you saw me do there was I added the, what's that called? The illusion of fence in like a light gray, and just put it around the tile work of the kitchen to kind of separate it a little bit. It looks weird to me when it's just tile and then floor. You need like a transition strip of some kind. Usually you have a transition strip, but in The Sims, you know, that's the closest thing we have to a transition strip. But anyway, this is the downstairs. I thought about closing off under the stairs, but I thought I didn't really want to do that. It just, I don't know. It just didn't feel right for this build for some reason. So I left it open, and then I was like, oh, I'll throw a bar under there. And I was going to put a bunch of plants down there, and I was like, well, wait a minute. Let's put some function under here. So that's when I decided to throw the pet food and the pet bed and all that stuff in there. And I think it worked out great. There are changes that I'm sure you're like, no, I would not have done that. And that's perfectly fine. You are allowed to think that. I encourage you to download this one and make it better. Or, you know what? Just make it your own. That's fine. That is not a problem. I always encourage that. I think of it like as a little starter, and then you can kind of go from there and decide what you want to do with it. So if you do that, though, just let me know down in the comments below so I can go find it on the gallery. Let me know how, and I will go check it out and probably put you in a video. Just saying. Anywho, I hope this was fun for you and then you got a little bit of inspiration. Let me know down below if there is anything that I did that you're going to try in the next build that you do, or in, you know, one of your gameplays or whatever. I'd be interested to know. But you are always welcome to leave any other comments, questions, and suggestions down below. And until next time, y'all, have fun.